welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2026 New Orleans Saints.
We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. Off we go from the Superdome. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They're led out by the third quarterback taken in the 2025 draft. Out of Louisville, it's Tyler Shuck.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is. Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it. And boy, did they ever.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Here's a third down and 4. From the gun, it's shot. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Chris Olave.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Raymond going to return it, and he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds.
First and 10.
Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Ball carrier taken down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 41, here's second and 6. Another run here, another run by Swift. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 32
What
yards.
a run by Swift, 32 yards.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
On first and 10, it's Williams. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Bears first down.
first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Here's a run with their tight end. They'll take this forward for about 5. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Forced to his right, and he's into the end zone. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bears. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead.
Bears 7, Saints nothing.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The veteran, Dante Pettis, on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's Shuck. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Noah Fant was the intended target.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And it'll be 2nd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On the zone read, it's Shuck.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I've seen up close and personal. When you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Give them 14 on that one. 1st down, New Orleans.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Slot man gonna move in motion left. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, Opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
Olave is the motion man. He'll get this out wide. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Olave as they try the jet sweep.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences. They know it's coming and there's not going to be a lot of gain.
Now Shuck on 3rd down. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the first down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be 4th down.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Khalif Raymond to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now Williams. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Luther Burden, the intended target, and it's going to be 3rd down.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receiver's saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
On 4th down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Dante Pettis back for the Saints. This is taken at the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Chuck. You look middle here, and there's Olave. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
19 yards.
A nice throw from the second-round pick. It'll get him a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On second down, it's Chuck. That one caught Devon Vele. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 24
Great run
yards.
after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Throwing on second down, Chuck. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Gervon Dexter gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. They motion the slot man left. On third and long, here's Chuck. That one out wide for Kamara. And this is not going to do the trick. Unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it leads to fourth down.
I think it's safe to assume that is not how they envisioned that third down play call going. And now after going backwards, it's going to bring up fourth down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints are back within 1. It's 7-6. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Raymond now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First down.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Quickly, he hits Loveland on the RPO. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He's got Loveland free left side. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
So he isn't able to move the chains, but I think this is still a great example to just point out that certain guys on the field earn the trust of their quarterback. And
well, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked. And that is blocked.
Makes the score Bears 7, Saints 6.
The Saints offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Etienne. Oh, he's going nowhere. Knocked down hard in the backfield.
On the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Bears' 43-yard line.
One quarter in the books. It's the Bears off to the early lead. More from New Orleans after this. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. They've got it 2nd down and 12 to go. From the gun, a give to Etienne. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Throwing is shot. That is brought in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line.
That's good for
that
the
is
Saints.
A big gainer for the Saints. 32 yards.
At the 8-yard line.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
And this one's blown up. Good surge. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
It's a loss of 1.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Again, they give it to Etienne. And he'll be taken down. Let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
To the air, is shot. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
So a sack is definitely not ideal, Mike, but the last thing you want to do down here on this part of the field is turn the ball over by forcing a play that's not there. So he sees time running out. He's got no choice but to eat the ball, but at least he can live to play another down.
The Saints now going to try a field goal here. This from 30 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Saints move out front. It's 9-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They'll put Loveland in motion. A play fake. Now Williams. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. No gain to show for it.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Williams to throw on second down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Brings up third down.
Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it'll be third down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Now fair catch, he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Saints offense getting set to get back to work. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. To throw is Shuck. Short one there to his tight end, Fant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll go play action here with Chuck. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That is a big gainer for the Saints. An even 40 yards.
29-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Here's Etienne. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brought down right at the
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Mike, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Here is Shuck. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Complete to number 12.
The key to good route running, Mike,
Olave.
is deceiving the man
It's a
covering
gain
you
of
into
6.
thinking you're doing
Makes it
one thing,
3rd
and then you
4.
change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
3rd down, and here is Shutt. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Raymond now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Bears offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Connection made, it's Burden. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2nd and 7.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And he let him a bit too much.
Intended
The
for
pass is
DeAndre
incomplete.
Swift.
DeAndre Swift, the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
2nd time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17
A
yards.
gain of 17 yards. And the Bears 1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
Give up the middle with Swift. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard.
We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. And I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On the ground, it's Swift. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Julian Blackman comes up from the safety spot to bring him down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Swift. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Canadian-born Nathan Shepard. They're on the stop.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Rome.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
They'll indeed go. It's Williams. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Saints offense ready to get back at it. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
It's a gain of
18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to New Orleans. After this, 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Shuck. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And the Saints, 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. That's complete. It's Jalen Pope. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now Shuck. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Etienne is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Saints add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
19, Bears 7.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard
DeAndre
line.
Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They'll put Loveland in motion. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he is out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so he's going to end up losing a couple of yards. Not a good first down.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
That's caught by Walker. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout. They'll stop the clock at 24 seconds to go until halftime.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Williams to the air once more. That's to the tight end, Loveland. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. the size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Throwing again, Williams. He'll go right back to Ludlow. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
That's good for a Bears.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
A 58-yard attempt.
And that one bounces off the crossbar, but it goes in.
19.
It's good.
Bears 10.
And the Bears are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead. The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. And no return here. This is a touchback.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Chuck going to try to run it himself. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Raymond now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down 23-yard line. The Bears offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. He hits Loveland on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far. Tackle after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Out to his right. He runs with it. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, Chicago.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
That's over the middle and taken by Loveland. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
12 more yards.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
A gain of 12.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
34-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Swift. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
And less than a yard.
They're going for it. Here's Williams. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Turnover on down.
The Saints offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Play action, it's Shuck. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver.
It's
second down.
10.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Down he goes. Dio Odengbo in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Chuck. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Alvin Kamara.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
The Saints will punt this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A fair catch will be taken here with that flag down by the punter, and this might keep the drive alive.
Automatic first down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll motion a tight end right. The carry here for Etienne. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
Down at the 41. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
play fake. Here's Shuck. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Third down and 9. Throwing is Shuck. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch, taken right around the 11-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. The give, it's Swift, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
Williams to throw on second down. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Bears first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
On second down, it's Williams going for it all. And this will be incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. On the move left. He'll try and get there on the ground. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Bears first down. A gain of 16 yards. And
the defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Number 15, Rome Odunze. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Saints' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 6. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's a short one, caught by Loveland. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of
16-yard pickup on that one.
That's
First down,
Bears
Chicago.
First down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw, it's Williams, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's good for a Bears.
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
16-yard line.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And the Bears are going to have it first and goal. He'll take this down to about the 3.
13 more yards.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Here's Williams now to throw. And he'll take it on in. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
On is Santos for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Bears will cut it to a 2-point lead.
19, Bears 17.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
At their own
So Chris Olave and the rest of the Saints offense getting ready for their next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Here is Shuck. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Chris Olave. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down.
A gain of 3
This
yards.
is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Here is Shuck on 1st and 10. That one out wide for Kamara. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll go play action here with Chuck. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Devon Vele was the intended target. And third down coming up.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 23.
They'll pick up 23 on that one.
Saints.
It's good for a Saints first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
They'll send the tight end in motion right. Etienne now on 1st and 10. He'll manage only a couple. T.J. Edwards there on the stop.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Chuck. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
So they're not going to come down with the reception, but, Mike, this is actually a really good ball. So with the coverage being as tight as it was, the only place that quarterback can put the ball is high and to the outside, saying, hey, if my guy can't come down with it and keep his feet in bounds, nobody is. The last thing you want to do is miss that ball on the inside.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
By Grady Jarrett. A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. This one is pushed out to the right. It is no good. And this lead will stay right where it is.
Just an ugly-looking kick right from the jump, Mike. I mean, it was the snap initially. That led to a bad hold. That led to a little bit of a mistiming of the kicker's steps, and you add all that up, and that's the kick you get.
DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground with Swift. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Brian on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
And the Bears first down. A gain of 7. First down, Chicago.
He's got Loveland free left side. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. Williams. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the give, here's Swift. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Another run here, another run by Swift. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Colston Loveland was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
That's just a brutal miss, especially on 3rd down. I mean, if he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, 1st down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target, and he's not there in time to reel it in.
Is good.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Saints offensive quarterback Tyler Shuck heading back out to the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A loss of 7.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Shuck. Quick throw, taken in, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Operating out of the gun, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
The Saints lining up in punt formation. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
At their own
The Bears
33-yard
offense
line.
ready to get back to work. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On third down, it's Williams. Rolling right, he'll try to run for it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards.
Bears, first down. A gain of 26 yards. First down, Bears.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
And he'll work forward for about three. It's second down.
Ball carrier. He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
He hits Loveland on the RPO. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A yard on the play.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play. But those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
Throwing is Williams. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
First down. First and 10 at the 28.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Throwing on second down, Williams. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 8.
Now Williams. They're trying to set up the screen here to Swift. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
So now the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal.
Makes the score Bears 23, Saints 19. Cairo Santos.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Pettis with the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. On play action, it's Shuck. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
On second down, it's Shuck. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Now Shuck on third down. He's got his man. That's Olave. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown. Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
The tight end Fant in motion. To the air once more. Shuck. Short one there to his tight end Fant. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. And here we go, 4th and inches. They'll go, and here's Shuck. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Bears offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out. But 1 first down will essentially end the game. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7. Give up the middle with Swift. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. And now we're going to timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up there to Odunze. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 21
New Orleans,
yards.
3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. Down to a knee goes Williams. And that should wrap this baby up. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.